What's up, everyone? Boxing Narrative. Like, comment, subscribe. So, Lomachenko, Vasiliy Lomachenko is back, apparently. He's going to be coming back in the fall of this year on retiring after he retired, what was it, like late last year or something like that? He put out a whole video and all that. One of the most polarizing fighters of this modern era. You either like him, either don't like him. I believe Lomachenko was one of the most skilled fighters of this generation, of this era, and he's definitely going to be a fighter who will be what's the word? He'll be underrated for a long time. If you don't like Loma, like here's one of those things. Like, if you don't like Loma, like it's very hard for that person to become a Loma fan. Once someone doesn't like a fighter like Loma, guess what? The chances of them changing their opinion, it's very slim. It's very slim. Um, but let me just get into it. The title, I'm not excited. All right, and I just said I think Lomachenko is one of the most skilled fighters of this era. He's one of my favorite fighters when he was active. When I was first getting into boxing, of course, Lomachenko was right there in his prime, putting in great performances, some of the best performances you'll ever see from a boxer. If you want to study some performances, just watch Lomachenko. One of my favorite fighters for sure. But I'm not excited for his return. Um, I thought Loma retiring at the time where he retired was a good decision from him. He was going off on top as a world champion, well, as a title holder. At least he beat Cambosis, IBF title holder. And hey, if you don't like boxing no more, and if your heart isn't in it no more, then like it's perfect. That's the perfect reason to just retire, because what's the point of just keep on fighting well when your heart isn't even in it no more? Now, for sure, your heart for certain things can come back. You know, I mean, how many times have you guys lost interest in a certain thing, but then like a few months goes on, and then your interest for that thing comes back? That happens to everyone. You know, and I'm sure for Loma, a guy who's been boxing his whole life, that feeling of boxing went away. But after what, a year or so, it definitely came back. It's definitely came back to him. So I'm sure Lomachenko is that for sure has that feeling again. But at the same time, you went out at such a great time where I don't feel like he can really match it. What is he gonna do? So the timing of it is really funny because according to the report, Lomachenko had a top rate contract that expired today or yesterday, and Lomachenko decided to unretire the day after his top rate contract expired. Meaning he was probably either he knew he was gonna come back eventually, or he, like, I don't know, maybe like a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago, he was like, maybe I want to come back to boxing. Oh, I still got this contract. Let me just wait until that's done. It's very it's a possibility. It makes sense for Lomachenko to be on his own. I mean, Top Rank, they're with the zone now, but they're not getting the same money that they were getting with ESPN. So maybe Lomachenko wants to get, I don't know, like Turkey money, or who knows, maybe even Zuffa money, if Zuffa will really give Lomachenko that type of money. Another thing is Lomachenko said no tune-ups. He's going to take on real challenges. The thing is, Lomachenko is one of the only fighters that actually took on real challenges. And this is what's funny. On the retirement post, or the return post, you see every single one being like, Lomachenko's got to fight Shakur, he's got to fight Tank, he's got to fight whoever, Abdullah Mason, he's got to fight Keyshawn Davis. Like, this is the same thing when Lomachenko was active. They Every single fan, every single American fan, they all want Lomachenko to fight all these guys except all these guys won't fight each other. That's just the same. That's just how it is. Unfortunately, they want Lomachenko to fight all these guys. Even though Lomachenko's already fought Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, that's already more than Tank and Shakur has done. But no, it's not enough. They want Lomachenko to fight every single one of their Romero bones. Let's be honest. I mean, some of them are good fighters, of course, but come on, a lot. Like, why do you want Lomachenko to fight all these guys? Why don't you want? But you never push these guys to fight each other. That's the thing. Like Lomachenko, he has to fight all these guys, while the other Americans they could just sit around and just cherry pick and all that type of stuff. And that's another thing. Lomachenko's 30. Was he 38, 39 or something? It's like, is a young guy just gonna come in and just take a win off him based off the name Lomachenko? That, I don't know. That's why I'm really not that excited for this return. Lomachenko, he's a legend. Part of me is a little excited that he's coming back because it's always good to see a legend and his skills on display. But I don't want someone to just come in and beat up on an old guy. Like that's just lame. If he's gonna come back, then he for sure should fight Tank. I think that's a good fight, and especially because Tank has his own issues. It'll be a fair fight. I think at that point, Tank being off the ring for like a year plus or whatever. So I think that would be a good fight. I'm assuming though he'll go to Zuffa. If he goes to Zuffa, then I don't know who he'll fight because I don't really see any big fights in Zuffa. I guess Shakur, but I don't know. I don't care about Shakur. I really don't care about Shakur, and I don't care about any fight that they put with Shakur. So I don't really care. But yeah, Lomachenko's back. We'll see how it goes. I mean, like I mentioned before, what are the motives for Lomachenko to come back? Because it doesn't matter what Lomachenko will do. If someone is a Lomachenko hater, they're not gonna turn back. Simple as that. Like those guys are already they're not open minded. Their mind is closed. They're not gonna anything that Lomachenko does. They're not gonna appreciate or welcome into open arms. No. So Lomachenko's not gonna change any minds for this, I guess, second run or whatever. I think Lomachenko, his motives for coming back is being questioned, at least for me. Like why do all this? Why come back now? I gotta know. I think it'll be very interesting to see who he'll fight first. I mean, again, according to him, or at least according to the report, no tune-ups or whatever. So we shall see. I don't know. I'm not too excited, and I want to put my hopes up. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you should have your hopes up if you're a Lomachenko fan, which I am. I'm a Lomachenko fan. We shall see.